And in the hanging gardens there is rain, from midnight until 1, stacking the leaves and bells of flowers, and stroking bowls of plains, and sowing slow arpeggios over pools, and stretching strings of sound from eaves to ferns. The princess reads, the knave of diamonds sleeps, the king is drunk, and flings a golden goblet down from the turret window, curtained with rain, into the lilacs. And at 1 o'clock, the vulcan under the garden wakes and beats the song upon his anvil. Then the rain ceases, but gently ceases, dripping still, and sound of falling waters fills the dark, and leaves grow bold and upright, and as these pot with water, the princess turns the page beside the candle, and between 2 braids of golden hair, and reads, from there I went northward, a journey of 4 days, and came to a wild village in the hills, where none was living save the vulture and the rat, and one old man who laughed but could not speak. The roofs were fallen in, the well grown over with weed, and it was there my father died. Then 8 days further, bearing slightly west, the cold wind blowing sand against our faces, the food tasting of sand, and as we stood by the dry rock that marks the highest point, my brother said, not too late it is yet to turn, remembering home. And we were silent, thinking of home. The princess shuts her eyes and feels the tears falling beneath her eyelids, and opens them, and tears fall on the page. The knave of diamonds in the darkened room throws off his covers, sleeps, and snores again. The king goes slowly down the turret stairs to find the goblet. And at 2 o'clock, Vulcan and his smithy underground, under the hanging gardens, with a drip of rain among the clematis and ivy, still falls from sipping flower to purple flower, smites twice his anvil, and the murmur comes among the roots and vines. The princess reads, as I am sick, and cannot write you more, nor having not long to live, I give this letter to him, my brother, who will bear it south and tell you how I died. Ask how it was, there in the northern desert, where the grass was withered, and the horses, all but one, perished. The princess drops her golden hair upon the page between her 2 white arms and golden braids. The knave of diamonds wakes, and at his window in the darkened room watches the lilacs tossing, where the king seeks for the goblet. And at 3 o'clock, the moon inflames the lilac heads, and thrice the Vulcan, in his root-bound smithy, clangs his anvil, and the sounds creep softly up along the vines and walls. The moon is round, round as a shield above the turret top. The princess blows her candle out and weeps in the pale room, where scent of lilac comes, weeping, with hands across her eyelids, thinking of withered grass, withered by a sandy wind. The knave of diamonds in his darkened room holds in his hands a key, and softly steps along the corridor and slides the key into the door that guards her. Meanwhile, slowly, the king, with raindrops on his beard and arms and dripping sleeves, climbs up the turret stairs, holding the goblet upright in one hand, and pauses on the midmost step to taste one drop of wine, wherewith wild rain hearts